Welcome to the demo of Dynamic CPFR or Channel Management Template. This template allows you to do effective channel replenishment with the use of integrated methods, processes, and metrics. It's enabled using Oracle Dementra. It is designed to empower speedy and effective process implementation. This template is created using WIX standards and taking inputs from many of our customers. We make sure that design is standard and supports multiple industries and sizes. Out of WIX quadrants, it supports quadrant 2 for supply and demand management and analysis. For rest of them are performed outside of system. This template supports multiple tier distribution architecture, which includes factory, OEM, warehouse, distributor, and retailers. With them, we can have many versions of single-tier architecture and two-tier architecture, where you track the numbers at your site, distributor, and the retailer. For simplicity, let's understand the inputs and output information at each node. At first, you take POS data, promotion, or launch input along with the customer input to create a final sell-through forecast. Once you have the sell-through forecast ready, you take it along with the target weeks of on-hand and existing inventory to create the final sell-in forecast. I believe this is the most important part of the solution. Once you have the sell-in forecast available, you apply supply commit and customer-specific rules to create final order proposal. You also track all important KPIs along the way. Here are the roles and processes we are going to see in the system. The important roles are Key Account Manager, also known as CAM, Demand Planner, and Global S&OP Owner. And we will see the end-to-end process in the system now. Let's start the process with the cycle of preparation. Let me take you to the system. So we start with the cycle preparation worksheet. Right now I've logged into Dementra. On the left-hand side, we see the hierarchy. So we have the region on the top, and within that we see the direct customers. In case of retailers, for example, in Europe, we have the internal sales company. It's a two-tier architecture. So within Europe, we have internal sales company, and then there would be one more level which would represent distributors. On the right-hand side, we have the series. Series are actually the measures which compute and keep the information for viewing. We also have some series which are editable, which you can enter the values. So in the cycle preparation worksheet, we need all the measures that are required to do the sell-in calculate forecast generation. So we have the POS history data, the historical value. This is used to generate the forecast. We have the channel inventory. We have the promo information. So you can apply the promo. For example, I can say that I need a promo of 10,000 units, which will bump up my forecast going forward. I also have the target weeks of on-hand, target weeks of on-hand override, and then final target weeks of on-hand. So this is the sell-through forecast worksheet. This worksheet primary purpose is to view and create the sell-through forecast based on the POS data and see if it compares with the sell-through forecast which is provided by the customer, if your customer provides the forecast. So on the left-hand side, again, we are in Europe, and which is direct. We have the internal sales company as a part of hierarchy. Within that, we have a service provider, which is Vodafone. And this time, rather than having the commercial units, we have the actual SKU, where we can see commercial unit along with the color. In the series side, we have the parameters, again, which are required for reviewing, and once we run the statistical engine, we create a customer sell-through forecast for which the primary input is POS data. So this is the final sell-through forecast. We have customer sell-through forecast as a reference. Based on whichever you like better, you can have a final sell-through forecast. We also have some KPIs by which you can review the accuracy of the forecasts. Once the forecast is generated, you can manually override that, and at the end of the cycle, CAM can go and run this workflow to lock all the editable series so that everything is firm and finalized. This is the most important worksheet of this process, in which the CAM goes and creates a sell-in forecast. Here on the top, we have all the information needed to do this calculation. We have beginning channel inventory, in-transit inventory, and then targets weeks of on-hand, override, and then we also have other parameters like the promo and also the lead time for the promo, so that the target sell-in calculation can be done. So here we calculate the sell-in forecast, and then we can also override to generate the final sell-in forecast. The customer can also provide the sell-in forecast in case we want to use the customer forecast. At the end of the sell-in forecast, we also have the KPIs to calculate the accuracy, and also we have some cumulative series to look at the forecast in a cumulative manner. And we have the comparison of the customer sell-in forecast and the calculated sell-in forecast. Now this is another view of the sell-in forecast worksheet, where we have also included the scenarios. So the scenarios allow you to do the planning based on different conditions. So for example, as a baseline, you can have one value of the target weeks of on hand, and within the different scenario you can put two different values. So these scenarios not only allow you to do the planning based on multiple inputs, they also allow you to compare the output in terms of KPIs. So CAM can go and create the scenarios while he's working on the existing scenario. So right now I'm working as baseline scenario, and I have put in the values here. Now as a CAM, I can click on copy scenario, which will open another window for me, in which I can specify the name of another scenario. So I will say this is the scenario medium, which is not high, which is not low, and then I can click on copy scenario a step. Here I have opened the allocation worksheet, which shows the commitment quantities against the forecast demand. These have been loaded from the supply planning system. So you can see this view allows you to review the allocation on the region level as well as the individual customers in that region. The solution also allows you to specify the predefined split for the allocation, or you can assign it based on the sell-in demand. This worksheet shows the KPI that are tracked during the CPFR process. So here you can see we are tracking in-stock percentage for the customer Verizon Wireless within America. The other KPI to track is the order fill rate in percentages. So you can see in the range of 95 plus. And also another important KPI to be tracked is inventory turn. So that makes sure that you're not keeping too much inventory while meeting the customer demand. Some other KPIs that are important in this process. One is the profitability. So this graph shows the KPIs related to COGS and the profit, which shows you the percentage profit month after month. This graph shows your revenue, and then this KPI, the pie tells you what's your exposure of the inventory at the customer channel. So by customer, it shows you the dollar is tied in the inventory. Then we have some KPIs related to forecast accuracy, which measure the success of this process in terms of MAPE and then percentage MAPE.